Hi, Luke Raymond here from Inaxsys Security Systems. Today we're going to talk about a topic that someone asked for specifically on our YouTube page. As you can see, we actually respond when people ask questions. Today's topic is going to be what is ChromaView versus what is a standard DayNight, how they perform, and what exactly one means. So let's take a look at that. To start with, the way that cameras function when capturing images is pretty simple. There is light, and these light sources send light particles and they bounce off of objects. Once it bounces off of the object, it comes back towards the camera and is captured on the chipset via the aperture, via the lens. So what does this mean exactly? Well, to give you an example, we're going to use a ChromaView camera. Our ChromaView cameras see full color at night. What does this mean? To start with, it has an f-stop. The f-stop is the size of the aperture that allows the light to get into the lens and process on the chip. What this means is that the bigger the f-stop, in this case, it's a 1, the more light is allowed to come from the sun, bouncing off of an object and get into the actual aperture and populate the chip with an image, a usable image. So what this means is basically the bigger the f-stop, the more light can get in, and the better usable quality and identifiable image I'm going to get, especially when it comes to objects that are far away. Have you ever seen a photograph, for example, where in the foreground the image is very, very clear, but in the background it's all fuzzy? Well, that's intentional. In the case of security cameras, and specifically ChromaView, we want the f-stop to be as large as possible, in this case it's a 1, in order to ensure that the most light possible gets in from not just close objects, what you're seeing up close, but also from objects that are farther away, to get at least a general usable identifiable image from even objects that are quite far away. It's a general viewing purpose. When it comes to standard day-night cameras are very different. Because their f-stop isn't as large, therefore there's not as much light that gets in as a ChromaView cameras, we actually compensate for that using infrared light. Now, in the case of infrared light, the aperture itself is not going to allow as much light and it's smaller, so we actually switch it to black and white at night. Furthermore, on standard day-night cameras, we use infrared light. By removing the IR cut filter, infrared light is then allowed to get in, and we bounce that infrared light out off of objects to come back in. When it comes to ChromaView, we do this with white light. Now, the reason we promote ChromaView so much is because not only are you getting a bigger f-stop, as in a better quality of image, more usable video, both close and far, but because of the white light illuminators, the camera stays in full color at night, and you're getting a much better quality of image, much more usable and identifiable video, even at night. And I'll show you what I mean exactly by taking a look at a real-world scenario. What we're talking about when we talk about ChromaView is the ability to have an image even late at night. This was taken outside of Alain Boisvert, our other vice president's house, in the middle of the night here in Montreal. And as you can see, the image is in complete color at night. Because the ChromaView has a much larger aperture, it's able to pull in much more light even from these far away images, such as the cars over here, or the backyard over here, the house, the people walking by, much more usable image. Whereas a traditional camera wouldn't have this. And what I mean by a traditional camera not having this, I can actually show you. As you saw, the color at night camera obviously did a really, really good job. But here's a side-by-side comparison of a color at night ChromaView camera at the same location as the previous one you saw versus a standard day-night camera. Because the standard day-night camera has a smaller aperture, the quality of the details in these far away sections over here are not even close to as good as the quality of the details we're going to get on a ChromaView. So ChromaView is a much better choice for getting identifiable and usable video even in low light circumstances or night circumstances. And part of that is obviously the IR illuminator versus a white light illuminator. The other part is that the f-stop on the ChromaView camera is much better, so you're going to get a much better quality of image, much more light coming in to create a good video. As you can see, ChromaView brings a powerful, powerful tool to your security applications. in that the cameras themselves do have a much better aperture. They're much more inclined to have a usable quality image, not just close to the camera, but also on far away objects using this larger aperture. But more than that, the white light illuminators allow you to get that full color image at night. Beautiful quality, even in the darkest circumstances where a day-night camera traditionally wouldn't get that great of quality. So in order to help you choose the best bang for your buck, because ChromaView does cost a little bit more, please reach out to us and we're happy to give you a hand. Inaxsys is a professional security company offering professional security products for all of our customers, whether it's here in Canada, in the US, or around the globe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below, and as you can see, we're always going to answer. Cheers.